the preview of Sweet Liberty. It's just a wonderful film, and it is such a delight to have a chance to see you again, Alan Alda.
Thank you.
And I have to say, congratulations. You must be very proud.
Oh, I sure am. I sat behind you last night.
I didn't know you were behind me.
I didn't know I was either, but the way you reacted to the roller coaster sequence was perfect. I mean, I just loved it because you cowered during part of the sequence because you really believe you're on a roller coaster during that scene.
Wonderful.
And you were like holding onto your seat.
Tell the story of shooting the roller coaster.
Well, we had to be up there for 2 days.
You said last night in the rough cuts, you could see you saying, "I don't like this."
Every time we'd go down one of those hills on the roller coaster, you could in the rushes, you hear me saying, "I don't like this," and it was a little sickening. I mean, we did it for 2 solid days.
You had a lot of practice, though. You used to take your girls to amusement parks on Saturdays.
I went in Vienna. I took my middle daughter to Vienna a couple of years ago as a graduation present. She made me get on a roller coaster in their amusement park. They have a very sadistic amusement park there, and so it's the well, so they.
You're censoring yourself.
Yeah, I can't think of the word. Anyway, the craft ebbing amusement park. That's what I was trying to think of. It's a kind of a high class joke. It's a high class joke. It's one where nobody understands it, and I just hated it. But I got off that roller coaster and I had a glass of beer there, and it was the best beer I've ever had in my life.
It's amazing to think 2 years out of your life, sitting and writing something that, I mean, even Alan Alda must think, gee, what if this doesn't work?
Yeah, you can't go through a period of 2 years where you're trying to please yourself, but you can't go through it without thinking, suppose I'm wrong. I mean, every once in a while you think that. That's why when I'm going around, like to 22 cities now, opening the movie up and letting people know that it's opening. That's why I sit in the audience with them every night in a different city, because the reaction is so terrific.
Oh, must be
I mean, that to hear the whole audience laughing from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, this makes me feel so good that the next day I want to talk about it. So it's easy to get up and talk.
When I first heard the title, I thought, boy, that's smart, Alan Alda. Here he is capitalizing on the 100th birthday of the Statue of Liberty, but it's nothing like that.
I had no idea that the Statue of Liberty was 100 years old. I started working on this 2 years ago. Nobody was talking about the Statue of Liberty then. And then I started to panic. I thought people are going to think this is about a statue.
Yeah. Michael Caine's fabulous.
Yeah.
Lillian Gish, what a wonderful choice to play your mother. And so many times the audience went, oh, I mean, there was just poignancy there.
But they laugh at her. I love it that they laugh at her so much. And she didn't want to do the movie. She said, oh, you don't want me. You want my sister Dorothy. She's the funny one.
And Dorothy isn't alive.
No, well, that's not hardly funny at all. But she's really wonderful in it because she doesn't look like she knows she's funny.
Yeah. It's 3 egos, though, Alan. You're working with 3 egos on the set. Writer, director, actor.
I know. They're very hard to cope with.
I would think so. How do you separate so that you got quality in all areas?
Oh, I separated in time. I mean, it really is a problem. You got to worry about objectivity and stuff. When you act, you have to be subjective. You can't be. And when you direct, you have to be very objective. So I divide it all up as much as I can. Try to get the writing out of the way. I do like 12 drafts of the script, and I make it as good as I can make it so that I won't have to change anything when we're shooting.
Your daughter.
I do most of the directing in advance, too.
Your daughter said something so cute, too, the first time you said, I'm going to direct myself.
Yeah. She said, what do you mean? She was about 8 years old. She said, what do you mean you're going to direct yourself? She said, what are you going to say? You, there. But it's like that. You have that problem.
You are an amazing father to keep your kids in Leona, New Jersey. Leonia.
Something like that.
All right. But maybe I shouldn't say that on the air. But to keep them there, rather than moving to Hollywood. Okay. When you were doing MASH, and you made an incredible commute, at least I've read, that Saturday...
Well, it wasn't as great as everybody thinks. I mean, I about 4 months out of the year, I went home every weekend or anytime I had a couple of days off. So that's not... I mean, it's not such a big deal. But, it was better that way for me than to be... excommunicated from them, disengaged from them while they were growing up, and I was missing. I talk on the phone, if I didn't go home for 3 weeks, I would talk on the phone, and every 2 or 3 times a day, and then I'd get there after 3 weeks, and I find out there was this gigantic crisis that nobody had mentioned.
That's love.
Well, it just doesn't. It's not the kind of thing you deal with over the phone, so they just wouldn't bring it up. I mean, things about schoolwork or friends or whatever. I just wanted to be part of that. So
it must be different after, I think, was it 11 years on MASH? I mean, the grind of doing that kind of a series, and then having time to devote to one project must be quite a difference.
It's wonderful to be able to do just one thing at a time. It really is. I don't have the cushion anymore. When I made 4 Seasons, if that bombed out, I had MASH to go back to, and anything I did there was acceptable and was appreciated.
It's nice to get older and be able to take risks, though, isn't it? I mean,
It
doesn't
sure
it make you
is.
grow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I felt that lack of that cushion just for a moment, you know, and then it was kind of exhilarating. I mean, it's more fun to be working without a net.
Isn't your family a cushion? I remember doing an hour with you and Arlene, and I've quoted you so many times, your definition of love, that it
What'd I
comes
say?
in waves.
Comes in waves. Oh, yeah, yeah. I talked about that in 4 seasons.
Yeah,
it does come in waves. I
yeah.
think it does for me, anyway.
Is that a cushion? Is your family been a cushion for you, though, through your life? I mean, it seems like it's very stable.
Well, I think I have found, for me, it's a good idea to care about something in my life other than my work, and to know I'm alive in ways other than working 18 hours a day or having somebody tell me that they like my work. I mean, because that's just one part of your life. I mean, for me, you know.
I think what made Sweet Liberty so nice, because you wrote it, and I saw a lot of those kinds of feelings, I think, come through in the writing. The very human feelings, the things that really happen in life that are funny. Sometimes we miss them.
You know, I tried something risky in this picture. I tried to make the audience laugh all the way through the picture. I didn't want to stop for a dramatic scene the way I did in 4 seasons now and then.
Right.
Which I like. I like those scenes, and I like that mixture of comedy and drama in that. But I thought, this time I want to try to get them to laugh all the time in every scene, but I want to still make the characters believable and make the situations believable so that you recognize this behavior. It's not just knock down, drag out vaudevillian sketch comedy. I wanted it to be realistic, you know, and that's very tough to do. So you can imagine my pleasure when I see, I sit behind you and I see you rocking with. I love to watch all the seats in the movie. I sit in the back and I watch the seats rocking back and forth. It
is such fun. Opens May 16th to the public across the country, and I will tell you, if you are one of those who say, I don't want to go to a theater and walk out feeling bad, or I want to go to a movie I can take my whole family to, this is it. Sweet Liberty. Nice. You should be so proud.
I really am.
Alan, thank you.
Nice to hear you say that.
Best to Arlene.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.